How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to Chaos Child. In the last episode, we finished Arimura's route. And boy oh boy, for that being the good ending, that was pretty freaking tragic. It was really bad. I wasn't expecting it to be tragic, but it was kind of that reminder that, hey, you're playing Chaos Child. And yeah, there's nothing good here. It's all sadness and tragedy, as the common route kind of showed us. But no, it was quite a ride, and it really picked up there at the end. I didn't really speak too much of my opinions on the route, I don't think, in the last episode. If I had any complaints, I'd say that it kind of felt disjointed from the main story, but I think that was kind of the point. And I think Sarika realizing that Takuru was interested in something else, and that something else being Arimura, kind of shifted things because she kind of was the one in control, at least in the main plot. So, I don't know, just felt like the main plot being, you know, not really connected with that, which I guess is to be expected, and the pacing being a little quick, which is, I guess, fine. That's really my only complaints. Other than that, what a fucking ride. And now, we aren't quite done with it yet. I do want to see what the bad ending is, because, you know, how much worse could it get, you know? If anything could get worse. Also, we get to see some negative delusions, which is always fun. So I'm going to load into, I believe, if, you know, the quick saves are there, hopefully I can quick load into the first. Well, actually, no, I guess I can just quick load into the beginning of the chapter True World. But I think each of these are the 5 delusions. I think there's just 5 delusions that we could go to quickly, choose negative, or skip forward or whatever, and hopefully then we can see the bad ending. So that'll be the goal for this episode. And if there's time, then maybe we'll jump into the next route, which isn't too hard to jump into. We just need to choose negative on the delusion that got us into this one in the first place, and then continue on with positives. Alright, let's get going. Alrighty, so this is our first one, as we saw from the quick load screen. Time to do some negatives, hell yeah. Okay, so I think this was based on the context. We just ran away from Hidoriko, who was trying to kill us, and we went to the RV. Actually, there was a whole special on it, wasn't there? It was the July 1999 issue, I think. That bratty little girl a year or two younger than you was actually just waiting for you to make a forceful move. That is quite specific. A forceful move. That meant...
そうだよ。実はすべて僕が仕組んだことだ。
全部って。
全部と言ったら全部だよ。あの女のことも何もかも。
じゃあ私たちが襲われたことも先輩が。でもどうして。
決まってるだろ。君をここに連れ込むためだ。
I think this was like the same shit that was said in the positive delusion, but where will this lead us? I grabbed her by the wrists and pinned her to the bed. Arimura looked at me in surprise. Oh no, this is different. And laughed? Why was she laughing? Ha 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 ha.
Arimura? 何がおかしいんだよ。
だって笑わずにいられないんですもの。僕が仕組んだ。私をここに連れてきた。おかしい。
Damn, that's fucked up. Arimura stood and put her fingers up to her jaw. And then, with a strange crackling sound, she started to rip off her own face. Well, this went from horny to weird real quick. She's gone crazy. I screamed in panic. That was a nice scream. She ripped off her own skin, and I could see the muscle and bone beneath. No, wait. Instead, I saw...
お前は
Oh wow. She ripped off so much skin that her whole hairstyle and her clothing choice completely just swapped. It was that woman from before.
逃げるなんてひどいじゃない。
Her eyes glistened with madness as she got closer to me.
嘘だろ。どうして。
決まってるじゃない。あなたを消し済みにするためよ。
Yeah? She slowly raised her hand, and then the first burst came forth. Rip Takuru and the RV.
燃えろ燃えろ燃えてしまえ
Nice. It was so hot. I felt like I was going to vomit from the stench of burning hair and skin. I opened my mouth to breathe and a wave of fire ran down my throat.
ほらもっと身もだえろもっと苦しみがいいこれが私の苦しみ私の喜び
頼むからもう許してくれ
Well, that was fun.
何がですか？
え？
だから何を許してほしいんですか？
Arimura was looking at me in confusion.
いや別に何でも。
まあいいですけど、そこどいてもらえます？さもないと。
ごめん。
Well, that spooked him. I leapt off of her and started to grab the magazines off the floor.
その雑誌。
Okay, I think we're good. Yep. Well, that was a strange first negative delusion. Ah, yes, I remember this one. The positive delusion was quite horny. So I'm excited to see what this will lead us into. Uh-oh. I suddenly realized that Sarika was staring at me.
なんだよ。
たく、また何か良くないことを考えてるでしょう。
Perhaps. Shit.
何言ってんだよ。僕は別にそんなこと。
嘘です。バッチリ考えてましたね。
Shit. That's right. Arimura's here.
どうせまたエッチなこと考えてたんでしょ？
そういうんじゃ。
それも嘘んこ。ということは、つまりエッチなことを考えていたということですね。
This was going nowhere. I was just digging myself into a deeper hole. But if I answered by shaking my head, I'd be basically admitting it, excuse me. Arimura Hinae's power made her a formidable foe.
さてと、どうする？ひなちゃん。
どうするって？
やっぱエッチな人にはお仕置きが必要じゃないかと。
お仕置き？
Depending on what they had in mind, that might actually be a good thing.
どういうのがいいかな。できればもう二度とそういうことを考えないようなのがいいと思うんだけど。
Death by snoo snoo.
そうさな。じゃあ視力を奪うなんてのはどう？
は？
ああ、それいいかも。何も見えなくなればもうエッチなこととか考えられないもんね。
ちょっと待て。いくらなんでもちょっと考えたくらいでそんな物騒なこと。
ほらタク、大丈夫。痛くしないから。
No, it's gonna hurt.
いや、そういう問題じゃ。
Bro, I watch Naruto.
先輩。
You can take out an eye, and then you can put somebody else's in. Couldn't I use my power to distract them somehow? If I could knock and move something or destroy it, they turn their attention toward it. And then I could run.
よし
Oh ho, here we go. I concentrated for a moment. And then when the D sword appeared, I focused on it. Now I could... Suddenly, Arimura's face contorted with pain. What happened?
ひなちゃん痛いどうしたのひなちゃん
Did we do something bad? Arimura screamed as she writhed in pain, clutching her right arm. It wasn't an act, it was a real scream. I could see red blood falling down from the end of her arm, forming a puddle on the floor. Oh god. Arimura screamed even louder. And in the next moment... That's loud. It exploded. Arimura's right hand swelled up like a fruit with a firecracker in it. Interesting. And then exploded from the inside. The tiny fragments of flesh splattered across the windows, the wall, and my face, too. Hey, at least we don't have to go blind. Arimura fell to the floor, holding her hand.
何これもしかしてこれタクが
違う
Oh, yeah, she's still conscious enough to be able to fucking tell if we're lying or not. I could hear her moaning on the cold floor.
先輩かタク
No, I didn't mean to. Interesting.
ねえねえセリ宮代先輩どうしちゃったん気にしないでいつものことだから
Sarika knows. She knows, dude. I brought this up before, and somebody else in the comments did as well. The fact that, you know, she can tell what delusions we're having. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. Usually it's never really that great. Oh, here we go. I actually completely... Oh, wait, no, I remember what this is.
宮代先輩チャオス
This one was like a harem sort of deal, right?
先輩を食べるためですよ
Okay, you know what? I don't think this is a harem delusion. What the fuck? What just happened to the background? Suddenly, Arimura's expression changed. No, it wasn't just her expression. Her voice, her whole personality.
なんだどうしたんだよ有村
何言ってるんですか宮代先輩もしかして気づいてなかったんですか今この学校で生きているのは宮代先輩だけなんですよ
What was she talking about? I was the only living person in this school. That's impossible.
たくお腹すいたよ
Yeah, that's nice and all.
タクルの柔らかい腹渡食べさせて
Can we go back to the harem delusion?
それにクルスまでどうしたって
This one's worse. It was only then that I realized... Oh, my bad. That every person in the classroom was looking at me. No, they weren't people any longer. Their skin was the color of clay and hanging off their bodies. There was no life in their clouded eyes. Some of them didn't even have eyes. Something white was dripping out of their empty sockets. When it fell to the floor, it wriggled. It was maggots. Ugh. Maggots had fallen out of their eye sockets and landed onto the floor. One took a step or two forward, and even that small impact was enough for his arm to snap off and fall to the floor. But the living dead didn't care. Slowly, one step at a time, they got closer to me. Some of them were dragging something rope-like behind them. I looked closer and saw that it was their intestines. They were dragging their guts along the floor as they walked. Uh-oh. I was surrounded by an army of corpses. The stench was enough to make me vomit on the spot.
Takuru!
I looked up and saw that Arimura and Kirisu were staring down at me with lifeless eyes.
Senpai.
I shoved my hands forward and felt something slippery on my palm. My hands had broken the skin on Arimura's arms, revealing the yellow fat and rotting flesh beneath. Ugh. Arimura stared at her ripped arm and slowly laughed.
くすぐったいですよ、先輩!
She opened her mouth wide and went for my neck. Damn, these delusions so far have been just super freaking weird. And not weird in a horny way. I kinda miss those ones. No, that wasn't going to happen.
先輩、聞いてます?
Not really.
ここに来た理由だよな。
And Sarika saw every bit of that. Damn. Ah, yes, the date with Arimura.
そうだな。
So, of course, the positive delusion went horny. So I'm sure this one will be awful in some way. I need to decide on some place appropriate for a date. A normie is capable of making decisions when he needs to. No, a normal person... Well, you know what? Never mind. I'm stupid.
ちょっと待ってもらってもいいか。確かこの辺りにもう一軒。
Yes, here it is.
申し訳ありません。ただいま店内混み合っておりまして、2時間ほどお待ちいただくことになるんですが。
A 2-hour wait? What the hell?
ダメでした。
You won't have that issue nowadays. I'd gone around to 6 places and had no luck at any of them. I was exhausted from walking and I could tell that Arimura's patience was reaching its limit.
もういいよ。もういいっつってんだよ。
有村さん？
なんなんだよ、さっきからあちこち歩き回されて冗談じゃねえっつーの。慣れてないにも限度があんだろ。連れ回される身にもなれっての。
待って、次こそ。
次なんかねえよ。私もう帰るし、マジこれ以上付き合ってらんねえ。
Ouch.
お前みたいなのは一生ろくにデートもできねえよ、この童貞野郎。
Holy shit, dude. Arimura looked at me at the same way you might look at a pile of garbage and left without looking back. I could feel the stares of the other people on the street.
ねえ、あの子童貞だって。こじらせちゃったってやつ、かわいそう。
おめえ相手してやれば？
無理絶対無理。
God damn. Damn it. The more I thought about it, the more upset I got. She didn't need to be like that just because of all the restaurants were full. And how dare she call me a
はい。2015年10月19日0時になりました。皆様、ようこそいらっしゃいませ。K さんと申します。
Why are we listening to K? Shibuya news had begun. I felt like it had been a long time since I heard K's voice. I still couldn't believe that this calm, quiet voice belonged to Kunasato.
さて、本日放送の機会を設けさせていただいたのは、昨日渋谷で起きた悲惨な事件についてです。
Oh no. Incident? Was there a new murder?
18日13時過ぎ頃、渋谷の繁華街にて碧峰学園の3年生宮代拓が女子のエスコートに失敗するという事件が発生しました。
Wow.
は？なんだよそれ。
原因は宮代拓が童貞だったことにあると思われ、現在警察は事件の究明に。
Why would the police be involved? What was she talking about? Was that really newsworthy? Must be a slow day. And did she have to use the internet to tell the whole world?
なんだ？
Suddenly I realized that there was a lot of noise coming from outside my room. Suddenly there was a bright light. It was the light of a flashlight. Dozens of flashlights were illuminating my room. No, that wasn't it. There was a huge crowd outside the RV.
なあ、ここか？例の。
おい、押すなよ。危ねえだろ。
そんなこと言ったって見えないんだもん。
What was that, a rock?
おい、いるんだろ？出てこいよ。
ほら、出てこいっつってんだよ。
なんで？僕はただデートで店のチョイスに失敗しただけだろ。
So why?
なんでなんだよ。
And this is why you gotta pick the right confidant choices in Persona games. That's stupid. That's impossible.
とりあえず何系がいい？この辺ならいくつか候補が。
Yes, there is. Damn. I don't know, the positive delusions felt like, yeah, they were weird, but I don't know. There was something to them that got me laughing or weirded out or just something, but these are just plain strange. All right, last one, I think. I think this is the last one. Negative we go. Oh no, it's this one. I went to take a closer look, and the next moment, a vine reached out from under her skirt and wrapped around me.
なんだこれは。
引っかかったな、宮代拓。
お前は。
私は貴様に滅ぼされた葉桜人軍の生き残り、くのいちのおひな。こうして復讐の時を待っていたのだ。
Huh?
葉桜人軍。
自らの術で記憶を封印し忘れているとはいい気なものだな。
忘れている？僕が？
Suddenly, there was a splitting pain in my head, and I saw a strange vision. An old mountain village. Rising smoke. Falling men and women. And a laughing man. Me. What was this?
思い出したか？それが貴様の記憶よ。貴様一人の力によって我々の里は滅ぼされたのだ。この恨み、晴らさでおくべきか。
What the? Who threw a smoke bomb?
これは。
Or was it oh shit, what the fuck? No, that's not smoke. Arimura's body suddenly went blurry before splitting into several copies. Oh no, it's the clone jutsu. I told you guys, I watched enough Naruto for this shit. Vines sprang forth from all directions and wrapped around my neck. And then... What the hell is happening, dog? Bubbles appeared from underneath her skirt.
バカな、その術は。
この泡に触れたものは皆溶けてなくなる。
けれど、それは使った本人さえなきものにする捨て身の術。
貴様に復讐できれば、それで本望。宮代拓、さらばでござる。
This is wacky. Alright. No. No one says wreak my vengeance anymore. What kind of old movie was that supposed to be? Nobody liked that stuff these days. You got that right. When I came back to my senses, I was looking straight at Arimura's healthy thighs. Hey man, they are pretty healthy. Okay, so I wonder where this will lead us. Okay, it looks like we've approached our ending of this beautiful story here. I wonder what will happen, if anything new. Where everything seems normal here. Our lovely credits that I can skip, and I will skip. But now what? Was that it? Was that actually it? Did we just like not get the reveal at the end that everything there at the end was fake? That was just a delusion from Arimura, a constant delusion that everything was totally okay and everything was truth and whatever else. Huh, that's kind of disappointing. I guess there really was only one outcome in that story. And it was a tragic one. It was very tragic, holy shit. Takuru died. You know, something else that I didn't bring up in the beginning is the fact that, like, we found out that Kazuki, that she's a gigalomaniac. I don't want to overlook that. I think that might be important to keep in mind as we go forward. If that is actually truth. I don't think they would just like make something up for a character just to tell a story. I'm pretty sure that's just how it is and we just never found out in the main plot. Okay, so time to find my save data from beforehand. I think... actually, you know what? Let's do a quick load. I think that might be a little better. If we do a quick load to... let's see... I think it was this one right here. If we quick load to this, do the negative, and then continue forward, I'm pretty sure we'll end up somewhere else. I'm pretty sure that's what the guide said. I actually have it on my phone right now.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So select all positive delusions and additional delusions, but do not choose positive for the delusion where Hinae and Takuru are preparing for the Culture Festival in Chapter 3. Apparently this route also has a map trigger section which must be completed correctly to finish the chapter. And there is a bad ending, which is to just choose any of the wrong answers during the map trigger section. So hopefully I get that right whenever we get to it, whatever route it may be. So we have one more negative delusion to choose. Oh boy, I can't wait.
一体何を？
実は先輩の家を調べさせてもらいました。
なんだって？一体いつの間に？いや、それよりどうやって中に？
それについてはこちらのお二人に協力してもらっちまったんですな。これが。
え？
Wait, how did Sarika get here? And Kirisu, what's going on?
なんでっていうかクルス、何やってるんだよ。安静にしてないと。
はい、ストップ。そんなこと今はいいんですって。それより先輩の家を捜索してヤバい秘密を突き止めちゃいましてね。
は？やばい秘密って一体。
My mind was racing. Did I have some kind of dangerous secret? One I was hiding in that trailer? I had no idea. I couldn't think of anything.
あれ？わかりません？あなた、大変なものを集める趣味がおありのようで。
Nasty things. Her eyes were cold and filled with disgust. She was so friendly a moment ago. But now she was acting like a detective. I knew she'd been meeting with a detective earlier. Did that have something to do with this? Both Serika and Kirisu were refusing to look at me. That was the biggest shock of all.
言いたいことがあるならはっきり言ったらどうですか。
I worked up my courage and walked over to Arimura.
これですよ、これ。
What is it? Arimura took some magazines out of her bag and threw them on the desk. Oh no, Cool Cat Press. I gasped when I saw it.
そんなバカな。どうしてこれを。
ようやく事態を把握しましたか。宮代先輩、その雑誌名を言ってみてください。言いなさい。
クールキャットプレス。
Aw, man. It was my favorite magazine. The one that Gen brought me.
なぜこれを。
宮代先輩の人となりを調査するためです。
クールキャットプレスは関係ないだろ。
あります。大ありですよ。宮代先輩の性癖を把握する上で重要な証拠です。
僕の性癖を知ってどうするつもりだ。いや、誤解しないでほしいんですけど、クールキャットプレスを買っているのは性的な欲求のためじゃなくてですね。むしろサブカル関連の情報を得るためと言いますか。
言い訳は見苦しいですよ。
本当だって。尾上、クルス、信じてくれるよな。
Serika and Kirisu looked away even harder.
そんな、どうして。
自分の行いについて冷静に思い返してみたらどうです？宮代先輩は証拠を残しているんですよ。クールキャットプレスを性的欲求のために買っているんだっていう証拠を。
証拠？
I stared at the copies of Cool Cat Press on the desk. And then I realized each of them was marked with several stickers.
しまい。
My blood ran cold. I was definitely the one who'd put them there, and of course I knew exactly what they meant.
理解しました？
いや、
先輩って几帳面ですよね。あ、そうだ。ちょっと付箋の貼ってあるページに何が書いてあるか読み上げてみましょうか。尾上さんとクルス先輩にも協力してもらって。
はあ？なんでそんな。
面白そうだからに決まってるじゃないですか。
Arimura grabbed one of the magazines off the table. She flipped it open to one of the marked pages and gave me a long glance before she started to read.
新しいキッス感覚の旅に出る。
Uh-oh.
はは、キッスに興味がおありですか。次。 2回目のデートでお持ち帰り必勝法。
Oh man.
そもそも1回目のデートすらしたことないだろみたいなツッコミ欲しいですか？驚異のこたつマジックで女の子は好きだらけ。こたつで落とせ。
What?
こたつ？
I could feel my will draining away. This torture was worse than I'd imagined.
はい。じゃあ次は尾上さん。
Onoe, excuse me, walked over hesitantly. I'm used to calling her Sarika, it's kind of weird. She still was refusing to look at me. She picked up another issue of Cool Cat Press and opened it. She looked a little embarrassed.
読んで。女の子の感じるツボ大使い。
What?
ツボ？指圧師でも目指すつもりですか？夢があっていいですね。はい、次。
You know, Takuru could just walk out of this room.
海を見に行こうよと誘えば女の子はついてくる。海っすか。ついてかないですよ。はい。じゃあ次はクルス先輩。
You're kidding me. There was nothing in the world as embarrassing as your relatives finding out about your sexual fetishes. Excuse me. Don't you know what you're doing, Arimura Hinae?
学校内恋愛の落とし穴。別れた後に気をつけろ。
Take care after a breakup.
付き合う前から別れた後の心配っすか。まず女子と付き合えるかどうかを心配しましょうよ。
Bro, breakups are scary.
もう許して。
じゃ、そろそろ最後。振られた時に聴きたいバラードトップ10。
What the fuck? Why do you need to listen to a ballad whenever you
振
get...
られた時って。
What the hell?
最初から負け戦想定してるんですか？それとも振られて落ち込んでる俺かっこいいみたいな中二な妄想ですか？恥ずかしい。も
うやめてくれ
ー！ That was a pretty sucky delusion, I'm not gonna lie. All of these delusions have been pretty lackluster. I gotta say, those positive delusions, as weird as they were, they're entertaining at least. If that happened, I'd kill myself. No. I hadn't put that many sticky notes in my copies of Cool Cat Press anyway. And that's right, only one, or maybe two. And that's right, and they weren't in the parts that were about getting girls. They were in Minamikata Kenji's column or the articles on men's fashion. I should stop thinking about this. I needed to figure out why Arimura had brought me here. Yeah, go for it. Oh, wait. But I basically knew already.
事件のことですか?
Okay, now I think we're good. Yep. Alright, back to positive delusions, which I'd like to say that we got all of them going up to, hopefully, another route entry. I guess we'll see. Oh, wait a minute. We just got an achievement. And it says, There's only one person I can think of that would make that noise. And it isn't Ito. It's that woman that we just saw. Oh man, I think we're in Kazuki's route. I think that's where we're headed, boys. Which I think is a good thing, because I am kind of interested as to, like, you know, who she is and all that, because she didn't play too much of a vital part in the main plot, but apparently she is a gigalomaniac. Apparently that is a thing. I should really stop talking during this section. There we go, I guess. But hey, I guess that's a fun route to look forward to, I guess. We'll be learning more about a character that we know nothing about other than she doesn't really talk, but maybe we'll learn about why she chooses not to talk and all that. And what makes her talk and whatever else, and more about her power. If that is like an actual thing, which I'm assuming it is. Like I said earlier, it'd be kind of dumb if like they just brought up some power that she only used in a route that's not even hers. Alright, map time. I feel like I should already know the context for this. This is like the 4th time that we're going through this. The 3rd time that we're trying to do it right. I believe this one is the had special powers, and it is, as time continues to move forward. Actually, I brought this up last time. Time will move forward quickly on any of these, but the story progresses, which is what we're going for. That is still very creepy. All of this is creepy that was just shown up on screen. Oh. This is new. Nothing else changed coming up to that point. Oh, I guess they ran to the school. So what happened just now was they came up to Hidoriko, she attacked them, and I think everything kind of went down the same way as it did in the main plot. I would like to say, at least. And as they were running away, or whatever, as they were trying to get to safety, I guess they came here for some reason? I'm kind of unsure about that. Is there like anything here that says anything? I guess I'm trying to figure out what, what went on here. The woman slowly stood up. I ran after Arimura before the woman can get up. I ran down many different alleyways and turned on several corners. Didn't know where I was. Okay, you know what? And then? What the fuck? What happened in that and then? That's what I want to know. It was nighttime, but for some reason the back gate was open. I went in from there. I'd been so desperate to get away that I hadn't even realized where I was. And I'm not really sure if that was like the main plot events, or if that was the events that we saw in Arimura's route. Maybe I'd come this way so many times that I just followed the path unconsciously. The lights were still on in the teacher's office and a few of the special classrooms. It was late, but someone might still be cleaning up after the culture festival. At some point, I'd gotten separated from Arimura. And that worried me. Yeah, in the main plot, they didn't run away, she disappeared. Not Arimura, but Hidoriko. I imagined her screaming as she was burnt by a pillar of flame and almost threw up. No, that's overthinking things. It was impossible. It couldn't happen. Why were we attacked anyway? Was that woman after me or Arimura? Somebody tell me. My throat was parched. I hadn't even been running that long. It hurt to breathe. My strength was at its limits. The one thing I could be thankful for was that the horrible sensation caused by the sumo stickers was gone. For now, I decided to just head to the club room. It wasn't necessarily safe, but I at least wanted to catch my breath. And maybe Arimura would be there too. But also, probably not. The door was unlocked and the lights were on. I quickly ran inside.
Arimura!
I staggered inside and collapsed on the table. The fuck, did we just like run in and just like fucking fall onto the table or some shit? I wanted water. No matter how much I tried to breathe, my lungs demanded more oxygen. The room filled with the sound of me gasping for air. Nobody responded. Was Arimura not here after all? Then why were the lights on? My throat was so dry that I choked when I tried to speak. I curled into a ball and spat phlegm out of my mouth. Or however you pronounce that. I know what it is. It's just I don't know how to pronounce it. I feel stupid. Only then was I able to raise my head and look around the room. Ah, Kazuki. Kazuki was there. She was standing in the corner of the room looking at me with wide eyes. Hell yeah, dude, she's grinding. That would explain why I thought no one was here. But what was Kazuki doing here at this hour? Had she come here after I'd left for home this afternoon? I thought about asking her, but before I could, I saw the computer monitor. It was displaying the same game screen as always. She was playing a game? How could she be playing a game when I was almost killed by that woman? I mean, everybody's still living their lives as normal. I choked again. I could only speak in a hoarse whisper. She must have noticed how out of breath I was because she offered me a bottle of mineral water. That's that good shit. If the cap was off, did that mean she'd been drinking from it? Just waterfall that shit. I wondered for a moment if it was okay to drink, but I wasn't in a position to be choosy. I snatched the bottle out of her hands and poured its contents down my throat. I drank so fast that some of the water had gone down the wrong pipe, and I started to cough violently. But I still felt a lot better than before. Hey man, you gotta wash them lungs out. I collapsed to the ground, unable to say another word. Once I calmed down, the terror from before came back, and my body started to shake. I needed to hide somewhere. I couldn't be sure that this place was safe, and if it wasn't, Kazuki would be in danger. There's a part of me that would like to say that it is safe, but I have no fucking idea. Kazuki seemed confused by my behavior. Did she want to ask what was going on? I didn't think she cared about anybody else, but maybe she was nicer than I thought. She'd come to check on me with the others over the afternoon after all. But I didn't feel like I had time to explain. First, I had to get somewhere safe. Nani the fuck? That sound.
今、音したよな。
It was an eerie sound, like something had exploded. You'd never hear that sound as part of your everyday life. But sometimes you'd hear it in fiction, like in movies or TV shows.
どの辺だろう。
It felt like it was far away, but it was hard to tell. I stood up and opened the window to look out.
Huh?
A car parked near the front entrance had exploded. Black smoke was rising and the flames were illuminating their surroundings. A teacher had run out of the office and was yelling for someone to call a fire truck.
あいつだ。
Now, does this coincide with the arson attack that happened near the school? But was it this close? It's that woman. It was too dark to see from here, but I knew it. She was after me. Did that mean I was her target? Why me?
あなた、殺されますよ。宮代拓先輩。
Hey, remember that line? Was it because I was a psychic? Shit, shit, shit.
逃げないと。
As I went to leave the room, my gaze met Kazuki's. I didn't have time to explain.
和樹、今すぐ帰るんだ。家にできるだけ目立たないように行くんだ。でも校門はダメだ。通るな。
That was all I had time to say before I fled into the hallway. How many people were still here in the school building? I'd heard what sounded like a teacher's voice down below. At times like this, a wrong-sider could do nothing but panic. Isn't that what we're doing right now? In fact, they often did stupid things that put them into even more danger. Wait, wasn't that what I was doing right now? Hey, I called it. I felt like laughing for some reason. It's good comedy relief in a crazy situation. I just prayed that she wouldn't hurt anyone else. All I could do was pray and run. There was no sign of her in the hallway. I needed to head out of the main building and escape out the back. Yeah, that's gonna work just fine. I heard another distant explosion and felt what might have been the building shaking. The glass was vibrating.
マジかよ。
Kazuki ran out of the room too. She was trying to follow me.
なんで追ってくるんですか?
Why was she following me? If that woman was after me, she'd be in danger. But Kazuki ignored my warning and shook her head frantically back and forth, as if she was about to cry.
とにかく学校から出よう.
I yelled more for my own sake than Kazuki's and started to run down the hallway. Time to get out of fucking Dodge, bruh. Alright, we're going to end the episode here, as I have been recording for just a teeny tiny bit over an hour. The problem is, I don't exactly know how long this episode will be because I did a lot of skipping for Delusions. So, who knows? It might be in the 50s. That's my guess. We'll see how right I am. It actually is a pretty reasonable range, just the 50s for minutes. It's a long episode regardless, but I hope you guys liked this episode. It was a little different. We kind of jumped around and just mostly messed with Delusions again, which I think will be which will probably be the deal that we do as we're going from route to route. I don't know, but I hope you guys enjoyed what I was able to put together for this episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you all in the next one. Take it easy.